Hello and welcome to the inaugural InnovAGING NJ 2024 Summit. I'd like to quickly go over our schedule for today's event. So let me go ahead and get some of our slides up. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go over what we have in store for today. So today's event is structured around 3 breakout sessions, followed by a return each time to the main room where we are right now together. After our welcoming remarks here in the main room, we will split into 8 breakout rooms, each one for each of our presentations here in the breakout session number 1. And then you can also refer to page 7 of your program guide for more information on these sessions. And we'll be sharing that link throughout the meeting in the chat. The 3 breakout sessions that are listed on this slide include about a 5-minute transition period for us to make our way to the different breakout rooms, followed by about a 20-minute period for presentation and discussion in those breakout rooms. So then after breakout session 1, we will come back here for our dignitary remarks delivered by Deputy Commissioner Kaylee McGuire, Deputy Commissioner for Aging and Disability Services. And then we will move into the second and then the third breakout session in succession that way. So for a bit more of a visual of that, because that's a lot of back and forth, a lot of movement here in Zoom, we will begin here in the main room, and then we will then split into our first breakout session from 9:40 to about 9:10, and then we'll return back to the main room for those dignitary remarks. We'll split again for breakout session 2, about 10:20 to 10:50. And for another set of 8 presentations, and then we'll return to this main room here after that. This transition will be a little bit brief because then we'll be going to breakout session 3 after that one from about 10:50 to 11:20, that final set of 8 presentations. And then we'll conclude here back in the main room for some wrap-up remarks at that point. Okay. So for a last little bit of housekeeping, we are very pleased to share that the Rutgers School of Social Work Office of Continuing Education is offering 2 general continuing education hours for licensed social workers and licensed professional counselors at today's event. To receive these hours, you will need to be signed into Zoom for the full event, so for the full 2 hours, and then complete an online form that the Continuing Education Office will send out after the event. They'll send this to you. Don't worry about that one. Additionally, we have IT support with us throughout the event today. If you need technology support at any time, either look for the person with IT in their name in the list of participants, or you can send them and then send them a message or give them a call at the number 848-932-8030, which is also listed on page 3 of that program guide. Also, just to note, if you are using a device that's owned by another institution, that requires external approvals for updates and other management aspects, our IT might only be able to offer so much help, but we'll do our best. And then finally, if you have to leave the event early, we ask that you take a brief moment to complete the exit survey that will open once you close your Zoom window. And so with that all taken care of, it is my true pleasure to introduce Dr. Emily Greenfield, professor at the Rutgers School of Social Work and director of the Hub for Aging Collaboration for formal welcoming remarks.
Good morning, everyone. It's so amazing to be in this virtual space together. Thank you all for being here. I'm Emily Greenfield. I'm a professor at the Rutgers School of Social Work and director of our Hub for Aging Collaboration. And I just want to begin with a note of gratitude. Of course, a big virtual event like this doesn't just happen. It involves teams of people and teams of talent and lots of time. So first and foremost, I want to thank Natalie Pope, who has really been instrumental. This event would not have been possible without her time and talents applied to organizing all of this and making it come to fruition. Alongside Asia Rickard, our intern with the Hub for Aging Collaboration, our social work intern and student, and we're really grateful for her assistance with designing and outreach and making this come to be. I also want to help say thank you to our other helpers at the Rutgers School of Social Work who will be helping out with tech support and in the breakout rooms. And of course, this event would not be possible without lots of exciting things to talk about. So thank you to the many individuals and organizations from all across New Jersey who so readily said yes when asked, would you like to present at this thing called InnovAGING NJ 2024. It's been a total privilege to learn about your work in the months of planning for this event, and I'm so excited for our audience here to have the opportunity to learn as well. So we go on to the next slide and say thank you also to each and every one of you for making the time for being here today. We are all part of the age wave in our state. This is a slide, with this figure of our growing demographics. Although now I can say, we're a couple months into 2024, 2029 is not that far away now, right? And so this astounding rapid aging of our population, of course, is one of the greatest accomplishments of the 20th century. And here we are in the 21st century with all sorts of opportunity to do better and more by this gift of extended life expectancy. We're really intentional around calling this event InnovAGING NJ with the idea that together we are co-creating a better future for aging and health equity in our state and beyond. And by innovation, we mean novel ways of working in the field, new partnerships, new uses of technology, new ways of approaching challenges and opportunities in later life, reimagining programs and services, different ways of allocating resources, especially with aging equity in mind, new policies, new initiatives within the public sector, private sector, academic sector, and more. So there is just so much to talk about. So I think for the sake of time, Natalie, let's skip the next slide. We were going to do some polling of who's all here, but yeah, we'll let you all kind of get to know each other in your individual breakout rooms. But I just want to say, so much of what we do at the Hub for Aging Collaboration at Rutgers University in the School of Social Work, it's doing things locally, but always connecting those things to broader systems levels. So what's going on in the state, what's going on in the country, what's the global movement around age-friendly communities and the like. And so this event we intentionally have here March 22nd, 2024, as part of a National Careers in Aging Month, which really celebrates the richness and the opportunities of developing one's career in the field of aging, and just want to honor everybody here for being part of that today. Next slide. Great. Now I'll hand it back over to Natalie. Enjoy, everyone.
Great. Thank you, Emily, for helping getting us oriented to our time here together today. So with that, it's about time to go into our first breakout session. But before we do, I want to do a little bit more of that Zoom housekeeping, just so that we're all ready to go with how to get to our breakout room. Hopefully, a lot of us are familiar with this with Zoom, but just to note, here's how you will get to those breakout rooms for the presentations. So in a moment, when we open the breakout rooms, you'll look for a little matrix, a 2x2 square that will appear in your Zoom control panel, most likely toward the bottom of your Zoom window or interface. You'll push that button, and then a new window will open in your Zoom window, and it'll present the different session numbers and abbreviated titles. And then for the session that you want to join, you're going to push the join button to the right of that session title. In the final step, Zoom will then ask you, kind of next to that session, do you want to join? You push yes if you're ready to head to the session, and then off you will go to that breakout room. Presenters and room monitors, you will automatically be assigned to your respective breakout rooms, so not to worry there. Everyone else will need to select into the breakout room that they wish to attend for each of the 3 sessions. And then to return to the main room, you don't have to do anything. Emily and I will help you, help everybody get back to the main room here. And then breakout monitors, as a final reminder, please be sure to push record and enable closed captioning in your breakout rooms. And then if you need assistance in finding and navigating to your breakout rooms, please let us know by commenting in the chat. Okay, so we are almost ready. Just as a note, we will have a few minutes of transition here, which we're in the period now before we do the 25 minutes of kind of combo presentation and discussions inside the breakout rooms. Presenters, I just ask that you give a few beats, a few moments to let everybody find their way to your room before you dive into your fantastic presentations. And then I do want to note, let's go ahead and I'll switch slides here so we can I'll have a bit of an orientation to what's coming up in breakout session 1. I just want to note that session 1.4, due to unexpected change in circumstances, 1.4 will not be offered today. Those interested in learning about this work are welcome to contact the presenter directly, and I'll share their email in the chat here in just a moment. So Emily, with that, if you're ready, and let me know if not, we can open the breakout rooms once they are ready to go.